I used to have a good friend who lived down this side as well. His name is Kampamba. We used to dodge class. We would come by his spot, play FIFA, because he had like a PS3 at the time. And then after playing FIFA, he'd be like, bro, you need to start rapping. So he's the guy who actually got me to like start like rapping on microphones. So we went down to this dude named Kondwani, right? And this dude had like a condenser mic and everything. And so he put on a beat and we started rapping. I was way off beat. I was not hitting the hi-hats, I was not hitting the snares or the bass. So Lakampamba decided to show off. He was rapping on beat. No uns killed me that day. I went home, decided to start studying. How do you rap on beat?
So a prominent psychologist by the name of Alfred Adler in the 1900s theorized that people that are psychologically healthy or mentally healthy strive for superiority. They strive to be the best that they can be. And that can only be achieved with freedom. But if you don't strive to achieve what the best that you can be and all that you could accomplish, you fall into what is called an inferiority complex. So inferiority complex is used loosely by most people, but actually an inferiority complex is something that is a psychological problem, mostly for people that fail to strive for superiority, mostly because they haven't had the freedom to try and achieve what they can in the three realms of life, in love, in work, and in play.
The next time we were recording a song, I had made a vast, improvement because I decided to take my stuff seriously and actually see where this is going. And my first studio experience is what taught me that I actually love microphones.
So when Dexter decided to become an artist, I thought that was really courageous, and that was because I could see the talent in him, and that was just kind of wise of him to express himself with his talents and for everybody else to see the type of a person that he is.
I found out when I asked him, I saw you in that advert. What were you doing? And then he said, I started doing this a long time ago. I started doing this in 2013. These when I was in Matera, he was at Matera Boys. So he just told me I was doing some type of poetry, and then I was noticed by, I don't know what artist this is. So from there, that's when he decided to pursue his music career, his poetry, and then he became self-employed.
My grandmother used to call me, "We mwana wandisa tusalike. Umonanganita ulisha kasuma ubenga kalubakandale." And from that moment, that group grew into...
Balance is justice, equilibrium. I can say with utmost confidence that Destro is probably one of the most talented kind of new age gospel, rap, hip hop artists that I've had the privilege of meeting, and I've met everybody. And the distinguishing thing about Destro is the honesty that he embodies in his work. And he's a young man becoming, and you get a sense of that in the music and in the lyrics. And it's not really about, oh, I want to rub in a hot tub and I want to drive a fancy car. It's really about his truth. And as any boy becoming a man, that evolution, you have a starting point and an end point. And it's been a privilege to see an artist in process by studying his body of work.
If you were a badge, and your first reaction when you see kids demonstrate is to beat somebody's child, imagine yours being morbidly mortified by mortals. That could have very well have been you and I.
I think balance is achieving two extremes, where two extremes are able to work together in the same space. I wouldn't say Dexter came upon me like I think I came upon Dexter, because I was looking for a poet to do something on the album that I was working on at the time. And I went looking out for a person who would be able to deliver what I wanted them to deliver. I just happened that 2 people in a row, I'd be like, I need a poet. Do you know anyone? And the only name that kept on coming up was Destro. So I was like, okay, this is the guy, you know.
I've downloaded all the videos that are on YouTube, and I listen to them, and I realize there's a lot of knowledge in that, and so I always encourage him.
I am a fan of Destro and his music because it is really, it's inspiring and it's unique. Yeah, I can honestly say I've never heard anybody that puts his content like that together. Yeah, I think it's good. It's great, actually.
Artists in Zambia face a lot of challenges, but they're not so different from the type of challenges that other people face in other parts of the world. I feel like in Zambia, the biggest problem is there is kind of like a narrowness in terms of genre. So since we're talking about Destro, I find that he might have a greater challenge trying to convince people, you know, regarding what he's doing right now. That's a negative in its own way, but I don't see it like that. I see it as a positive. Like, he could be like a pioneer for what he's doing. So if he cracks the market and he's able to be successful with what he's doing, he might influence so many people for generations to come.
Tomorrow's trees are planted by today's healthy seeds. So let us organize our minds, souls, and bodies to come together and be the future, not just for us, but for we.
I'm very proud, mother. I always wait to see his next production.
He took me to my first ever studio experience, and it was down this side, right within Unza. So it's like everything started at Unza.
Let's take it back to the time I was up in my second year, just thinking it's all designed. I never knew the signs, wrote it all around, trying to find a time I could rest up my mind. Wishing we were married, don't mind what a time. Looking at the ceiling and just thinking I'll be fine.